tell me, oh, why do you train so hard? There's no need to train so hard. But then I have the other people when I have 6 paragraphs on how he lost 350 pounds and now he can play with his kids because of me. What did I do? I have no idea. Maybe it was just a video that I talked on. Maybe it was a video that I did squats on. You don't know what you did to affect that person's life, but I know that I'm affecting them. So if you have that responsibility, or you chose that responsibility to go on social media, to go somewhere, whatever that you may be, and put yourself out there, then you gotta do something about it. It's very, very important to own a gun and to be able to protect yourself and your family. That whole mentality or that mindset is key for everything that I teach and my entire brand. I'm not a victim, and I don't believe there should be any victims. Gear is your lifeline. You have to have the proper gear. It doesn't have to be the most expensive gear, but it has to be durable gear and gear that you trust, so that no matter what scenario you're thrown at, you can say, I know that my gear is gonna survive this. I usually take about a week to 2 weeks of evaluations on most of my gear, and then I put it through everything that I do. Fighting, jumping and running. If it's a holster, I'll take in and out, in and out, and out. If I'm doing a full assessment on it, I usually have a full-blown 80% conflict, combative portion training to make sure that the attachments are correct, that they withstand some kind of combative portion. For me, I'm huge on progression and innovation. You have to appreciate the fact when you have a company like Blackhawk that's been around for so long, and yet they're still trying to change the market. They're still trying to be ahead of the market and make whatever they have that's good, they make it great. Then when something is great, they make it perfect. And that's the goal right there. In the mentality that I have, failure has never been an option. You know, there isn't no fail. Failure causes people their lives. In my line of work, you know, when you fail someone or you fail an operation or you fail a task that you're supposed to do, it may cost someone their life. So you have to have that mentality where failure isn't an option. If I remember correctly, this was like in the mid-2000s, so they did an armed robbery on an elderly couple. I believe the female was in her 70s and maybe the male was in his 80s. They went to an ATM, took out some money, and as they were approaching their house, they were blocked in by 2 subjects. The subjects not only robbed them, but beat them pretty bad. And when I got there, what I saw was just evil. And I see stuff all the time, but when you see something like that, when predators prey on the weak, someone that cannot defend themselves, it kind of makes you feel like, man, I wish I would have been here. What could I do to help someone like this in regards to defending themselves? That's where I started thinking of the notion of starting to teach people tactical training to take up arms and defend themselves against predators like this, because armed robberies happen every single day. 90% of them you don't even hear about it on the news, and homicides do too. I started the company in 2014. It took me a few years to do it, obviously because police work is very busy and I was on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It was definitely something that kind of sparked. It just affected me. That day really affected me a lot. But when you risk and you say, no, I think I can do something else, and I think I can do something better with my life than just be this, and you work your ass off like I did, sometimes it works out for you, man. But for the most part, in regards to my work ethic and training, that hasn't changed. In the beginning, my work ethic and training was so that nobody died on my watch. And when I retired out, now it becomes 2 reasons. One, because I understand that I affect people's lives and what I do inspires people or it helps them in some kind of way. And 2, I have to set a standard for myself and I have to set the example. You know what's funny is, at this point in my life, at 40 years old, I don't know any other way. I've been doing this my entire life. I've been training this way most of my adult life, if not actually all of my adult life. I'm not gonna stop now. You know, I have a saying, it's you know, I'd rather live as a lion for one day than live as a sheep for 20 years.